heed to this, still be prepared for this, because we still have a severe thunderstorm warning that is behind that. We still have this part of the cell complex itself. So you're still dealing with heavy rain, you're still dealing with a lot of lightning, and again, at any time you might have another tornado that could pop out of it, but just by following all the lightning strikes itself, it looks like this area here is weakened a bit, and the worst part of it is just to your north now. So the main concern now is mainly here into south central Kentucky for Todd County, where we have that observed tornado on the, looks to be on the ground, at least debris is being picked up here due west now of Guthrie, Kentucky. So that is what we are looking at right here. Let me get the particulars, see if the new update here does have any, let's see here, it is moving northeast at 40. So let me track this and get the proper timing on this. Make sure I get the, as I'm timing this, I want to make sure I get the, because the cell itself is moving off to the east. It does look like it has a little bit of a northerly push there too. Those of you in Guthrie, this could easily be clipping you within 6 minutes from now. So this is the time that you need to be getting yourself indoors. You need to make sure that if you're in a mobile home, let's say, you need to make sure that, obviously, when the tornado watches come out, and this is something for people who are even in the tornado watch right now, farther upstream, this is time to make plans. Make sure you find your shelter, your safe shelter right now. Obviously, anytime tornado watch or severe thunderstorm watch pops up, you got to plan ahead. So this is make sure for those of you that are in the tornado watch boxes itself, farther upstream, this is a time to take your action right now. Those that are in and around Russellville, in south central Kentucky, now you got to get out. Now you have to make sure that you are in your safe spot. Notice the rest of these areas here that are circled. These are the areas that, as of right now, if you're in a mobile home, you need to make sure that you are preparing, as we are now already seeing not only your tornado warnings, but now we're starting to see the observed attacks coming out of this. And not only that, we're also seeing the possibility of something that is not only on the ground, but also picking up some debris. So I'm going farther back here. This is at 145. This is where we started seeing the debris that could be picked up, and I'm going to continue to track the movements of this. So again, it is moving. It does have a bit of a northeasterly push here, and so again, that is looking very dangerous on radar here. Let me get a little closer here. So anywhere to the north and west of the town of Guthrie, here is Highway 181 here in south central Kentucky. Make sure, let me get the state in here so everyone knows where exactly what I'm looking at if you don't have the TV screen on or you don't have the sound on. So there is Trenton, Kentucky. You're basically right on the border of this tornado warning itself. The cell is right here, so it's about ready to cross Highway 41 here in south central Kentucky. It's going to be heading in this direction to east-northeast, and it's tracking along at a decent clip. We're going at about 40 miles an hour. So let me get Allensville in this as well. So the towns that are going to be impacted by this, Anderson at 209 and Allensville at 217. We have this observed tornado that's continuing to track in your direction. And anytime I flip over to the correlation coefficient, so this again, this is going to look a little messy. What I'm looking for here, I'm going to just circle this here, and I'm going to flip over and see if everything matches up. So again, notice how it basically matches up with when I go back to base velocity, when I'm looking at the rotation that's coming out of this, and then how it matches up with what the debris is. So everything else here that is red, that's popping up red, we're looking at raindrops, we're looking at natural things that are falling. This yellowish, somewhat greenish, is indicating it's something that is not natural, something that is being picked up, whether it's tornado, or whether it's tree branches, whether it is hopefully not parts of homes or parts of buildings, parts of structures. That is what we're seeing. So again, that is looking like we have a definite bit of a debris ball that is being picked up. In addition, let me see if there's any hail that's being picked up in this as well. Looking at the hail, not seeing any hail. So let me go back to what we're looking at. So 2 tornado warnings here in south central Kentucky, one for Todd County and the other one for, let me move over here, other one for Logan County. Now, those that live in Adairville and Russellville, now is time you have to start preparing yourself. The cell is still off to your west, but this thing's racing very quickly. Notice that tornado warning's until 2:45, so you're running out of time, particularly those who live in mobile homes. You have to get out. You have to find that sturdy structure to make sure that you are safe yourself. Those that have homes that You can find the most central part of the lower level. Get in the low level, get in the most central part of your home, get as many walls between you and the outside as possible. This is not a time to get outside and start taking pictures. This is a time to make sure that you are safe, make sure that your family is safe. You have time, make sure you, if you have bike helmets, make sure you grab your bike helmets, make sure you get in that safe spot as you can. Let me pull back out again, get to the other tornado warning that's out here. This is also coming out here. Now we're looking in northwest Mississippi, so DeSoto, Tate, and Tunica County. That's until 2:15 local time, so we've got about 10 more minutes left with this warning itself. Looking at the base velocity here, and let me go back a bit, seeing that there is a little bit, there's a touch of a rotation. Now let me hop over here for 1 second, and I want to see some of the information I'm being picked up here, at least out of Memphis. And let's see here. Looks like with this one, at least, looks like the worst part of this could end up being possibly large hail that's coming out of this dime-sized hail. Look a little messy. It's more, boy, it's really hard to pick up whether or not there's something in there. Let me go back a little bit. There is a slight rotation here. Let me just try and track right about here, and let me get the timing of this cell as well. Making sure I'm doing this. Yeah, hail seems to be the big thing. Let me get the timing of this cell. Boy, it's racing very quickly, 50 miles an hour. So it's right about there, moving off to the north and east. The town of Savage here in northwest Mississippi, 206. Basically, it's on top of you right now. Cottonville at 211 and Arkabutla at 217. This is heading in your direction in northwest Mississippi. Anyone that is in the southern parts of the Memphis metro area, be careful here. Let me just move this up a bit because, again, we're not that far from the metros, the southern parts of the Memphis metro area. So, Hernando, we're going to see whether or not this gets extended in your direction, whether as a tornado warning or as a severe thunderstorm warning. Again, picking up the possibility for half-dollar size hail in and around the freeway area. But for right now, the main concern, at least along this line, is the fact that we have, again, some large hail. I'm going to go back to the bigger story here in terms of the larger the tornado that is the concern here in south central Kentucky. This is for Todd County in south central Kentucky, just to the north of Guthrie. And anyone that's upstream from this as well, we are concerned about this cell right here. For Guthrie, moving off to the north and east, Haynesville at 211, Allensville at 218, Olmsted at 223, Oakville at 234. So for Todd County, Kentucky, as well as Logan County, Kentucky, this is a dangerous situation. There's a tornado that looks like we are picking up some debris that is on this as well. Make sure you do take cover immediately. I'm going to continue to keep an eye on this, and what we're going to do is going to quickly toss a break and then come back and continue to watch it. So right now, tornado warnings for Todd County, Kentucky, and for Logan County, Kentucky. This is time to take cover immediately, particularly in towns of Hayesville, Allensville, Olmsted, Russellville, and keep an eye out for Adairsville. We'll be right back with more.